In this video, we're talking about Star Trek IV and what actor Chris Pine has said about the future of the movie. Chris Pine, who plays Captain James T. Kirk, was recently asked about Star Trek IV while attending the Sundance Film Festival. Fans have been waiting for this movie for almost 10 years, so many hoped there would finally be good news. However, Chris Pine was very honest and said, "You probably know more than I do. This means that the new leadership at Paramount Skydance hasn't contacted him yet about returning to the role." This is surprising because Paramount has already hired Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daly to write and direct Star Trek IV. Chris Pine has worked with them before on Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, but even with that connection, there has been no discussion about him coming back. When Pine was asked if he had any advice for Paramount's new bosses on how to finally make the movie, he jokingly said, "Have fun, good luck, live long and prosper." Chris Pine first became Captain Kirk in 2009 Star Trek reboot, which introduced a new timeline and younger versions of the classic characters. He returned in Star Trek Into Darkness in 2011 and Star Trek Beyond in 2016. Star Trek IV was announced before Star Trek Beyond was released, but the movie was delayed due to pay disagreements and other production problems. It has now been almost a decade since Star Trek was last in theaters, and with the franchise turning 60 years old, Paramount Skydance wants to fix the situation. Reports suggest that the studio may move forward without the original reboot cast, choosing instead to make a brand new version of Star Trek with a different story and characters. Over the years, several filmmakers almost made Star Trek IV, but the plans kept falling apart. Matt Shakman was once set to direct the movie. He said everything was ready: sets, crew, and production plans, but in 2022, everything suddenly changed. The movie lost its start date and the project was shut down, causing him to leave. Another director, Noah Hawley, was also close to making a new Star Trek movie with a new crew, but Paramount canceled that version too. Even J.J. Abrams, who directed the first two reboot films, once announced a Star Trek IV that would bring Chris Pine and the original cast back. However, that announcement surprised the actors and never led to an actual movie. So for now, Chris Pine is unsure if he will ever return as Captain Kirk, and the future of Star Trek IV remains unclear. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.